Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we're going to learn how to you've created a spreadsheet, right? So we're going to learn how to share this spreadsheet we have created. Okay. So before that, please I want to beg you subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share our videos, okay? Um so moving on to today's class, we are going to learn how to share these cheats you've created. Remember that yesterday, the other time, in the other video, we learned how to create a spreadsheet. Now, the essence of creating this spreadsheet is for you to enter either your company's data, your own business data, whatever type of data you want it to be well documented, you can enter into that. And bear in mind that another advantage of having data or having information documented on a spreadsheet is that it is saved in the cloud. So we are going to learn about cloud storage later on, but I just want you to understand that it is safer because it's saved in the cloud. So long as you have access to the same email that you used to that you created the sheet on, that you can always access it even in the next 1 million years. Even if your phone gets lost, that's one good thing, or your device, your PC or whatsoever device you're using gets lost, you still have access to it. So that's one important thing about using spreadsheet for documentation. Unlike when you use a piece of paper, you could either lose it or something happens to it and that detail and that data on it is gone. So today you have created this sheet, you've entered this whole information. Now, the essence of creating this is in case your client or your boss gives you something to do, now you have done it. Let's say because we are all working virtually, you are learning to become a virtual assistant. So virtually, your boss is not as in, clearly your boss is not in the same room with you or in the same house with you. So now you need to share this document across to him or her. The person could be in entirely different continents from where you are. So how do you share it? Okay, now you've created it, you need to share it to your boss so that he or she can confirm what you have done. So we are going to learn how to share these files. There are many ways to share it, so I'm going to show you guys how to share. So we all know, if you attended yesterday's class, if you watched the other video, so you all know how to access a spreadsheet. So this is the app. I have the app, so this is what it looks like. Sheets, this is it. So now what I'm gonna do now is click on it and it opens. So you guys in the other video I didn't have all these things there. So today I have a lot of things on my sheet. So I'm just going to click. Let's go back to the one that we used the other time. So this is the document that we worked on the other time. Okay, so someone asked a question, what if like let's say your heading, what you typed here is way longer, like it's very, very long and it goes way under or behind. Don't worry, it's not entering in the next it's not in the next cell or the next column. It's not inside. It's there. But if you want to see it to the fullest, all you need to do is see the way I clicked up here. Then touch this icon, this arrow pointing to the left and to the right. So click on it and drag it down. It will make the particular column, row or column wider for you. To make the particular cell and automatically all the cells of the column, it will make it wider so that you can clearly see all that you have written on it. I hope that answers the question. So today you have created this for your client. Now, entering data, it depends on what your company is into. Okay. It depends on what your company is into. Then you enter the data into it. Now, so this is the sheet that we worked on yesterday. So let us share this sheet now with our client or whosoever it is. Remember to always click on this sign so that it saves automatically. So to share this sheet, look at this three dotted line, this three dot icon up here. Click on it. So when you click on it, now another thing I have to show you is how to name your sheet. You are working on something, you need to give it a name. So to give it a name now, it could be customers, it could be sales, let's say daily sales. You could name it daily sales sheets or whatsoever, daily sales sheet. You just name it according to what you are working. It has to be a name that when someone looks at it, okay, these are daily sales information and everything, okay. Or if your existing client has their own, like they have an existing protocol, they have a way they do things, you can follow suit and do it that way, okay. But generally, to name a sheet, you just have to name it according to the content, according to what you have there, okay guys. So now, remember, let's go back to the three dotted line. So now see the name here. Before it was untitled spreadsheet, now it is daily sales. So now just move over to share and export. I don't know if you can see it. This is it, share and export. So when you have gone to share and export, you click on this the arrow by the left hand, by the right hand side. So you can either click on share. When you have clicked on share, you can add people by email. Okay, there are two ways you share. Let me explain this before we type. There are two ways you can share. Let me explain two ways you can share this document you've created. Number one, you can add the person via email, or you generate a link, a shareable link to this sheet, and share it to the people or to the person you want to share it with, so that they can have access to it. So now let's add someone via email. Okay, remember the two ways, via email or. So guys, as I was saying, so you just type in the email. So the two ways, via email and via copying, generating a link, a shareable link, and send to the person. So let's type in the email now. So let's just type in an email. So we're typing this email now. Now, another thing you need to understand while sharing a document is that you could make it in such a way that they will only have to view it or edit it. Now, if you give people editor access, they're automatically going to change everything in your document and put whatever they like. But if you make them only viewer, they can only view what is inside and cannot edit the content of the document. Okay, so now we're going to leave this at editor or anyone, but this is where you change the access. Look at this tiny this one. This is where you click on it, this black tiny arrow, that's where you click to change the access. So you can either make the person a viewer, a commenter, or an editor. Okay, so whichever one that you want. Now, if it's a client that gave you a job to do and you're done with doing the client's jobs, I think it's wise you make the person an editor as well, because they originally own it. You're just working for them. Okay, except you don't want to make the person an editor, but it's advisable in case they have corrections to give to you, they have changes to make to you, they can easily make the changes. Okay, so that is one of the ways. You put the email and then you give access. So it depends on you to select what kind of access you want to give, either an editor, commenter, or a viewer. Okay, viewer access. Please always remember this. If you send someone, let's say someone that is supposed to view it, or the someone that is supposed to edit it, and you give the person another access, it's going to the person might not really like, because the person has to come and start requesting access to it. So you have to make sure that before you send something, you know what you really want to do. Okay, so the next one, we've talked about that. Now you can add a little message, like maybe a descriptional message. Hi, this is this is a record. This is a record of my daily activities. Okay, of my daily activities, something like that. Just a little description. Hi, has to be a comma. This is okay, just something like that, just so the person can just know. Now, when you are done with this, always remember, do not make someone an editor when you don't want. Please, this is very important, like super duper important. Else, they will just, finish your document for you. So now that we are done with this, all you need to do, look at this arrow to send it now. Look at this arrow up here, this one. So this arrow, this is where you click You can even add more persons if you want. Just click by the side, type the email address, and you are good to go. Then you click here, and you see person added. So you have shared this with that person. That is via email. So you've done this via email. You've been able to share this to someone via email. Then there's something else I want to talk about. This whole the sheet idea is not just when you are working for someone, when you have a client. You can use it for your own personal businesses. You can use it to document things. You can use it to keep track of your let's say you have people that works for you. You can use it to keep track of what they do and sell, or whatever they do for you. Now, the best way to do it is to make sure you are the one who created the sheet, so that you become the owner while they become an editor to that. So I think that's the best way to do it. So it's not just for working alone. You can use it for your day-to-day activities, for your business and whatsoever you are doing. Okay. So you can use it to document things, save it in the cloud. In the next 100 years, is there. Okay, guys. So let's go on the second way you can share your document, and that is via link, shareable link, generating shareable link. So we'll go back to the same way we went before, the three dotted lines by the right. You click on it, share and export. You go there. Now you can go to copy link. Now this copy link, you are copying it straight away. If you copy it straight away, I think it's on default. Anyone, if the on default, if you send this link across, people might not be able to access it except those you have added via email. So you need to still give access. If whatever way you are sharing this document, whether via email, via link, you still need to give access. So let's say now let's go back, share and export again. So instead of us to like directly copy this link, instead of us directly um, select this copy link, we may just go to manage access. You can see the manage access, this manage access. We just go to manage access. So let's click on manage access. So we have clicked on manage access. As you can see now, it is unrestricted. You can see it is unrestricted. So which means if I had copied this link and sent to someone, it's restricted. The person will not be able to access this. The person will not be able to access this file, this document. So what I need to do now is change. Look here. See, change. I'll change the general access. Restricted. Only people added can open, meaning only people you've added via email can open this document. So what I need to do now is click on this arrow, this particular arrow. When I click on it, I will change it. If I want everyone that gets this link to have access to this document, if you want, you have to think if it's necessary or not before you give this access. So if by chance I want everyone to have access to this link, I'll just click on anyone with the link and change the access. Okay, change the general access so they all can see it, they all can have access to it, but then you have to give them a role. So what do I mean by a role? Click on this viewer. Either you give them the role of a viewer, commenter, or editor. It all depends on you what you want them to do. The same way, if you give the role of an editor to this particular document, anybody that has access to the link can easily view this document, can easily edit this document. Except you don't want everyone editing your document and all of that. Then you can make them, you can just keep it as a viewer. You can just give the role of a viewer to it. Okay, so it all depends on you, on what you want. It all depends on you on how you want people to either view, comment, or edit the document. So there's a lot of things you can do with spreadsheet. There's a whole lot, but then we are ending it here for today. So guys, so that is it. So here we come to the end of today's video. So I'm going to give an assignment. Please do this assignment. If you've watched yesterday's video, if you watched the other video and watched this video, you should be able to do this assignment perfectly. Now is the best way to practice what you've learned, and it will stick in faster. If you don't practice with sheets, you might easily forget what is there. Okay, so I'm going to give an assignment. So you are going to have an imaginary, let me say the client now, Mr. Steven. we are going to use a general, like it's a client for everybody. Mr. Steven is your client. Now, Mr. Steven has a hotel, and he sends you details of people that have booked his hotel, their names randomly. He sends it to you randomly, and he wants you to impute it correctly into a sheet. So now, let me tell you guys what to do. So I want you guys to impute data of 50 customers, okay? 50 customers into a spreadsheet. Now, the names of the customers, you are going to formulate the name yourself. You are going to enter 50 names, imaginary names of customers, 50 different names, okay? So the 50 names are Mr. Steven's guests, okay? Now, that is for column A. So on your column A, your heading should be customer's name, okay? Or guest name. Guest name. So you fill in 50 guest name in column A, fill in that column with 50 different guest name. Okay, on each row, a guest has a name. Okay, let's say column A, row 1, there is a name. Let's say something like Gerard. Column A, row 2, you have something like Ade. Okay, different names, imaginary names. I leave it to you to get imaginary names and fill in there. Okay, now on column B, the title of the heading for column B should be number of nights. Now, number of nights means how many days these guests have spent. So let's say, for example, that your column A, row 1, the name there is Gerard. Like I said before, let's say you have the name Gerard. So on column B, row 1 should be like Gerard has stays for like 1 night. So let's keep for the number of nights, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 50. Okay, in each name you give to one. The first one should be 1 night, second one 2 nights, just in that order. So Gerard in column A, guest name column A, row 1 is Gerard. Number of nights, that is column B, row 1 is 1. Okay, now let us go to column C, phone number. Okay, enter an imaginary phone number for Gerard. Likewise, every other guest, all the rest of the 50 guests. Okay, so enter that. Now, column D is reservation number. Now, most times, each people, they have reservation number for each guest that comes in. So don't bother your head about that. I'm going to give us an imaginary reservation number. So for the first guest, which is Gerard, that is for the column D, row 1 should be, let's use this number in this order. So the reservation number for Gerard should be A 2023. Then the second guest, that is the row 2. Let's say Ade is the second guest, row 2. So for column D, row 2, it should be the reservation number should be B 2023. Okay, I don't know if you understand that, but this is very explanatory and it is not difficult to do. Okay, so that should be the reservation number, how it should go. Okay, reservation number for the first guest A 2023, for the second guest B 2023, for the third guest C 2023. Just use the A, B, C, D. Now we do not have up to 50 alphabet. When you get to the last alphabet, which is Z 2023, you start again A 2020, or you can make it A. Let's do this one. When you get to the end of Z, you do it A1 2023, okay, B1 2023, B2 2023, C3 2023, when we've gotten to the end of the last alphabet. I hope this makes sense. If you do not understand better, please leave a comment on the comment section and I am going to explain better. So thank you guys for being with us today. Bye. Thank you guys. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And also, importantly, subscribe to this channel for more important videos so that you can get notifications whenever we post another educational content. Thank you guys. Bye.